more than excited, because he was telling me, Mom, I spoke to all those presidents and they listened. It meant a lot to him. Now, for him, his interest is just to get the message out, one way or the other. And there's a point, there's a time, sometime early this year, when I was telling him, okay, now let's take a break, publicity. We need to just concentrate on your studies and and stop all these things. It hurt him. It's like, Mom, that's not my passion. My passion is to speak for other children. Here I am. If they can't talk, let me talk. Let me go out there and speak on their behalf, and maybe somebody out there will hear me. That is what in fact even got him to you, and finally, because he kept talking, and that was his dream originally. Mom, I want one day to be able to speak to the world, so the world can hear me and know that we need to stop. Stigma is his major burden that he carries around with him. And I think with what he started, it's unique. It's a change. It's something different. Let's not dwell on the old system of don't show the kid too much. That is how we will never get our voices out to be heard and fight for our rights. But if at his age you see he's talking and he's getting the audience, meaning definitely a change is coming.
It's coming.
So,
Lemaiyan, how did you feel when Mom told you to, ease up on advocacy and concentrate on your books? I mean, it sounds reasonable.
I really felt bad because I was already starting, so I was asking myself, how can I stop? How can I just, I even cried.
When she told you to stop?
Yeah, I even cried. Because it really hurt me, because I really want to continue advocating for children living with HIV until the message is listened to, and Do
you think those who are supposed to listen are listening?
Yeah.
You think they are?
Yeah.
What makes you think they're listening?
Listening.
I guess starting even with the fact that they stood up in honor of a young man.
Yeah. What makes me think they are listening is the fact that this is Mashujaa Day, and now I'm even surprised that I am the Shujaa. So, and now that I'm in the show and I'm the Shujaa, so I think they are listening. Yeah.
So you're making an impact.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Mom, Evelyn, maybe in regards to now his brother Elisha, as he grows up, will you be able to make a distinction between the two, especially in terms of now them following their career paths?
Will I be able to make a distinction? I really honestly, okay, I'm not the detective kind of a mother. I'm the type of a mother who wants to be your friend first and let you make your own decisions. If they're wrong, but I will not tell you this is what has to happen and this won't happen. No. Like, for example, his main passion was, you see, after disclosure, he was like, Mom, we'll get to the cure one day. And he just started having this interest in science, and he even comes up with his own conclusions at home and hoping that one day. So I believe that maybe even when he gets the proper education on herbs and trees and medicines, maybe he'll
can come up with something.
Maybe if they won't already have come up with the cure themselves. So when it comes to my children and they're growing, I honestly I will never dictate to them what they need to be. I will let them decide. I will only be guiding them on if it's right, if it's wrong, or the proper direction to take. Yeah.
Okay. Lemaiyan, what advice do you give Mom? You seem to be a very mature young man, and I think you even advise her. What advice do you give her?
I give her the advice that actually she's the one who usually gives me advices.
What does she advise you?
She advises me to continue living well and to continue taking the ARV. Yeah.
So how often do you take them?
I take them twice a day. Yeah.
And you know the importance, obviously. You've explained to us why
Yeah.
they're important. What about those children who possibly are not able to take because they cannot afford?
So that is why I was, when I was talking in America and even here, that is why I said for in my future I'd like for all of the children living with HIV, all of them, not even one to be left behind, to be in medication for their lives, for their whole lives. And even now I think the presidents are still working on it. So I'm counting on the presidents. I'm sure that they'll fulfill their promises. Yeah.
Well, there you have it, President Uhuru Kenyatta. He's counting on you, and I'm sure you'll get audience with him, so you'll push that agenda. Last question before we wrap it up, and what do you think is stopping them from having all the children get their medication right now? What do you think is the problem?
The stigma. I think it's the stigma which is the problem. Like, as I said, maybe the parents, they are afraid to tell the children because they'll think the children will start hating them, and they'll even stop taking the medication, and they'll even die.
All right.
So like, I'd like the parents not to be afraid, to be like my mom, to tell the children early, and so that the children can understand.
Okay. All right. Wow. Wonderful. Thank you very much, Elijah Lemaiyan. That's where we're going to wrap. We do realize it's a sacrifice having come from the US and landed this morning, and you got here. We really appreciate, but we're wishing you all the best. Keep it up, and you're doing a great job.
Thank
you're doing a fantastic and a grand job.
Thank you.
And well, that's where we're going to wrap it up this morning, and in terms of person of interest. But do stay with us right here on KTN News. We've got a documentary coming up. Also, remember that later on we'll be crossing over to Nyayo National Stadium for the official celebrations of Mashujaa Day. This is KTN News.